Good evening. Tonight I'm going to share with you about Gilbert and the lost tooth. Gilbert had lost his tooth. It wiggled during spelling. It wobbled when he walked. And it hurt when he bit into his sandwich. Maybe it will fall out today, Patty said. Don't forget to put it under your pillow if it does. Patty smiled. She had a big window in her mouth. Frank and Margaret had windows too. Louis didn't have a window in his mouth. Louis didn't even have a loose tooth. He didn't want to hear about teeth. He wanted to play kickball. Gilbert, Louis shouted, it's your turn. Stop playing with your tooth and kick the ball. Gilbert kicked, but he missed, and he fell on his bottom. Oh, he said, holding his mouth, my tooth came out. Patty said, yay, Gilbert. Now the tooth fairy will come. Louis didn't say yay. He said, Gilbert, stop playing with your tooth and kick the ball. Gilbert put the tooth in his pocket. Then he kicked the ball and made a run. Everyone said, yay, except Louis. When the bell rang, Louis picked up the kickball. He picked up the soccer ball. He picked up the baseball. And he picked up something small and white. It was probably his tooth. So after school, Gilbert ran home. My tooth fell out, he shouted. Let me see it, Lola said. Gilbert reached in his pocket, but he didn't find the tooth. He found a hole in his pocket. Oh. Gilbert ran to Mother and cried and said, Mom, I've lost my tooth. Mother smiled and said, it's about time, Gilbert, because it was very, very loose. No, Gilbert said. I mean, I really lost my tooth, and I can't find it. I can't put it under my pillow. Mother said, maybe you can leave a note for the tooth fairy. How about that? And tell her just what happened. I'm going to leave a note too, Lola said. Maybe the tooth fairy will bring me something. But you didn't lose the tooth, Gilbert said. She responded, said, but the tooth fairy doesn't know that. Gilbert pondered. And so Gilbert wrote a note, and his note simply said, Dear Tooth Fairy, I lost my tooth today. I mean, I really lost it. Can you leave something under my pillow anyway? I will be more careful next time. Thank you, your friend Gilbert. So Lola read Gilbert's story, his note. So she decided to write one too. So that night, Gilbert put the note under his pillow. Lola put her note under her pillow. And Louis is put a small white tooth under his pillow. So wake up. When the sun went down and the moon came up, the tooth fairy went to work. She packed her bag full of gifts and money. She turned on her magic tooth detector and flew into the night. She flew over the rooftops. Under her tooth detector lit up. Well, when she was right over Louis's house, her tooth detector kicked in and it grew brighter and brighter. Said, I found one, she said. I found one. She crept into Louis's room and peeked under his pillow. Ooh, a small white tooth. My tooth detector is always right, she said. But before she put the tooth into her bag, she looked at it very closely. Very closely. Then she looked at Louis. He was snoring with his mouth wide open. She said. Suddenly, the tooth detector buzzed and beeped like crazy. It was pointing toward Gilbert's house. Louis looked under his pillow. He didn't find money. He didn't find a toothbrush. He found a note that said, Dear Louis, I found a tooth under your pillow, but I do not think it is yours. Sometimes my tooth detector can be wrong, but I'll be back again when you really lose a tooth. Your friend, the Tooth Fairy. When Louis finished reading the note, all he could say was, oops. 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 So at recess, Gilbert told everyone about the note he had left under his pillow. Louis wondered if he should tell everyone about the tooth he had found on the playground. He wondered so hard that he didn't see the ball coming. It hit him right in the face. Have you ever been hit in the face with a ball? Oh, Louis cried. But then he felt something wiggly, wobbly in his mouth. My tooth is loose, he shouted. Everyone said, yay, even Louis. So Louis just knew that the Tooth Fairy would be back. Remember, the Tooth Fairy will only bring you a gift if it is your tooth, not your sister's tooth, not your brother's, but your tooth. Good night and sleep tight. The Tooth Fairy is coming.